of times God ain't told people to do certain things that they're doing, and they putting that on God. I'm sure I've done it too. They putting that on God. God ain't told you to do nothing. But what God have told you to do is to worship him. What God did tell you to do is go to the mount. What God did tell you to do to stand before his presence, to hear his still small voice. It wasn't moving in the wind. It wasn't moving with the earthquake, but the voice was still and the voice was small. And the only way I can hear it was to be still and small. Me. I can't be all up on myself. I can't be all up on myself and think I'm going to hear the voice of God. I had to be still and I had to be small. I had to humble myself and listen to the voice of God. And it was so when Elijah heard the still small voice. He's in the right place now. That he wrapped his face in his mantle and he went out and stood in the entering in of the cave. He didn't go in the cave. He stood in the entrance of the cave. He didn't go back in the cave. And behold, there came a voice unto him and said, what are you doing here? I don't even want you near the cave. You're not in the cave. I told you to go out of the cave and I told you to go to the mount. You ain't in the cave, but you are at the entrance of the cave. God don't want you at the entrance of what you think is right. God don't want you on the tips of what you think is right. Get out of yourself. Get out of your own way. Stop thinking you know what it is that you need to be doing next. You better go to God. You've been doing it wrong for a whole lot of years. That's why your business won't work. That's why your marriage won't work. That's why your children won't work. Because you've been at the entrance of doing it your way. You've been in the cave of doing it your way. God said, go to the mount before the Lord. What you doing here? Elijah, what are you doing here? He wrapped his face with his mantle and he left the mount. And then he went and stood at the entrance of the cave. And behold,